Are you new to Trello or perhaps you just need a refresher? In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know so you can get the most out of Trello. First, let's get started with some basic terminology, and there is really only three words you need to be familiar with: board, list, and card. Here, we are looking at a Trello board, and of course, you can create as many boards as you like. Typically, a board will represent a significant project or perhaps a list of reoccurring tasks. So in my example here, I'm using this as sort of a personal to-do list where I don't have a specific end date for this board, but I will continue to add ideas and to-dos. Now, a board is made up of different lists. No, these are more than just columns. The proper term is list, and just like boards, you can use these in a variety of different ways. You can use them to group different tasks together, or you can use them in a Kanban board method like you see in my example here, where I will be moving cards from one list to the next with the goal of bringing all of these cards to my final list, which I have labeled as complete. Now, when it comes to editing and adding lists, you'll always see this add another list here to the right of your last list. By clicking into this box, you can give this list a new name, add this list, and continue adding to the right. And whenever you want to rearrange your lists, it's as simple as dragging and dropping and moving lists to your desired location. In this case, I don't want to use this new list anymore, so I'm going to click on the three dots where I have a variety of other options that I can choose from, but I'm going to come down all the way to the bottom and say archive this list. Now, the third and final term you want to be familiar with is card. Cards are what are contained inside your Trello lists. In most cases, cards will represent individual tasks or perhaps projects themselves. What we are looking at here is simply the front or the title of the card, but by clicking on the card itself, we can add so much further detail. Now, to add a new card, you will see at the bottom of each list there is an Add a Card option. By selecting this, we can add a new task. But if you would like that new card to be placed somewhere else within your list, you can drag your mouse in between or above any of the existing cards. Let's say I want this new card to be second in my to-do list. You can see when I hover in between, I have this little plus button. By selecting this, I can go here and give it a title, and I'm going to call it New Task in this example. You can continue to add as many new cards as you like, but now that we have this new task, we can click on it, which will open up the card and now start to add a lot more detail. So let's go through the different features and the different areas within a Trello card one by one. Here, you can see that we have the title of the card. In this case, I've titled it New Task. If I want to change it, simply clicking in this area will bring up a cursor where I can change the name of this task. Directly to the left, you will see that there is a circle. This is actually a Mark Complete option. By selecting it, it's going to add a little check mark. And many of the actions which we take inside of a card will appear on the front as well. Now, I can check or mark complete or incomplete from either inside the card or outside of the card. You can see as we hover over, that little circle will be visible as well. In our example, I'm going to uncheck and we're going to reopen this card. Now, just before we get to the additional features within our card, let's jump down to the description, because this is perhaps where you'll want to go next. After giving your card a name, here within the description field, we have a rich text editor. We can add different headings, we can add different formatting, we can embed links and images, and we can even use AI to help us write a description. But this is your place to include additional pieces of information or expand on what you mean by whatever you have listed or whatever you have named this particular card. And no, you are not limited to just 100 words or so. You can add as much detail here as you like. And so this description field can be very, very helpful as you add further details to the information of your card. But between our title and the description is where we can add so many more helpful features. You will see that there is both an Add button, which will always be represented here in the left-hand side, followed by some of the most common features or most common additions to our cards. Now, these labels, dates, checklists, and members will also be available here when we select Add. But as we add different features, these buttons will be removed so that we can edit them within the card itself. Let me give you a quick example. By selecting labels, we can add or create new labels, which is a great way to help identify and filter different types of cards. So for example, maybe this particular card is a medium priority, so I'm going to select this box here. If you would like to add